whether you'd have a drink with me sometime.
Mind if I head off now? I've got to meet someone.
All right. Anyone special?
Don't know yet.
Oh, perhaps I could ring you sometime.
Yeah. You know where I work, and I'm there from 9 to 5.
Doesn't leave much room for spontaneity, does it?
City Water Police, this is Police Launch Nemesis. There's no sign of anyone on board the drifting cruiser. We're approaching now.
Just keep it clear of the rocks, ASAP.
Copy that, Sydney Water Police. We're coming alongside now.
They just came aboard. They just came aboard. They just came aboard.
The woman's Carol Firth. The deceased is her husband, John.
She made a statement yet?
Nah, she's been in shock. Mrs. Firth? Mrs. Firth, I know this is a difficult time for you, but we do need to establish what happened this morning.
Just if you can, tell us what you remember from the start.
Run! I say run where you are!
They just came aboard. What time was this?
I don't know. Daylight? Just before dawn? It was our anniversary. We'd been celebrating and slept over on the boat. They just came aboard.
Where's the money? Open it! Just don't hurt us, okay? Take what you like.
We'll bloody well hurt you if we want to, mate.
Open that!
Move it!
Get over there! We'll bloody well hurt you if we want to, mate! Don't hurt it!
Get it open! Where's the money?
Don't be a two-bob hero! Open that! Come on, let's get out of here! Come on, let's go! Come back, come back!
Catch the two-bob hero line?
Yeah, sounded familiar.
Yeah, waterfront home invasion last year. Stockbroker and his wife. Two offenders, both dressed in black, stole $1 million worth of jewels. They were both armed, both wore balaclavas, and one of them fired a warning shot and said, "Don't be a two-bob hero." I remember that line clear as day.
Yeah, it was never solved, was it?
Nah, and this scenario is so similar.
Yeah, same crooks, you reckon?
I reckon. But what gets me is why would they go from $1 million heist to knocking off a yacht for next to nothing?
Falling on hard times.
We better get on to Dave. If they dump the gun, it's in the water.
How'd you go, Woody?
tell that today's their lucky day.
This is the round recovered from Mr. Firth's body this morning.
And we have a match. Looks like the gun's your murder weapon.
Well, let's try for the jackpot, shall we?
The stockbroker home invasion you phoned me about?
Yeah, it's the one where the two blokes fired a warning shot to get cooperation.
Well, I pulled the round out, and the caliber matches for a start.
Looks like we've got ourselves $1 million weapon.
Yep, and the crooks are one and the same. Thank you. No problem.
Great. Thanks, Jenny.
PKG Sydney Water Police.
Police launch Nemesis.
Go ahead, Nemesis.
Get that report on something floating in the harbour? It looks like someone holding on to an esky. Closing in now.
Hanging off an esky. Only in Australia.
Rescued by the bloody coppers. There's a turn up for the book.
Maybe we can start with your name.
There's the thing. Can't quite remember. What are you doing?
It's all right, It's all right. You just got a bang on the head. Who did this to you?
I don't know.
Hey, guys. I know you're here to see Mrs. Firth, but I was wondering if you could have a word with the old lady.
Old lady, why? What's the deal?
We fished her out of the harbour. She had a knock on the head. Her hands were tied together and she's suffering from memory loss.
Mm-hmm. Gotta see you.
Yeah, you got your memory back.
Don't know what you mean.
Wait, on the telephone.
And who might you be?
Detective Rachel Goldstein, Sydney Water Police.
I'm Detective Frank Holloway.
Doesn't ring a bell. Thought for a minute there you might be my husband.
Oh, no, I never struck at that lucky.
Why are you going through me things?
Oh, you know, name tags, dry cleaning labels.
They already looked.
Look, why don't you save us some time, love? Tell us who you are.
I wish I knew. Maybe if I could get a bit of sleep, I'd remember.
Right. Is she faking?
Why?
Well, maybe she's off the street. You know, some psycho whacked her in the head. She wants to hole up in a warm bed for the night.
No, she's not a street person. Her clothes are labels, you know, double bay, rich.
Well, maybe somebody mugged her for a handbag.
First mugger I ever come across tied the victim's hands.
Oh, you reckon she knows who did it?
Yeah, she knows everything. But unless she wants to tell us, Tommy, there's not much we can do about it.
To charm it out of her, mate. Fuck.
Thanks.
So many.
None seem familiar?
There was one.
I'll play it again if you like.
Will he know? Will I be safe from him?
Look, your best chance of being safe is to get him under lock and key.
Or what if he gets bail?
Look, considering the nature of the offence, it's unlikely that he's going to get bail.
Stop. That's him.
Daniel Shane Hogan, DOB 10372. He had one conviction in '92 for assault occasioning grievous bodily harm. He broke onto a yacht. Owner was on board, and young Daniel clobbered him. He served 12 months of a 2-year conviction and no subsequent form, Rachel.
All right, we got an address? Yeah? Uh-huh. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good. Thanks, Helen. See ya. We've got a Paddington address dating back from when Daniel was released from prison, but Helen did a habitation check, hasn't lived there for 3 years.
Oh, good. I hate it when life gets simple.
Yeah, she's making a few inquiries for us.
Hey, that's Laurie Parsons. Do you want to tell me why our old lady's being visited by a major crime figure? Excuse me, Mr. Parsons. Have you been visiting our lady friend, have you?
Do I know you, son?
Frank Holloway, Sydney Water Police. This is my partner, Detective Goldstein. Look, I wondered if you could tell me the old lady's name, because she seems to have forgotten it.
Can't help you, Mr. Holloway.
But you do know her, don't you? I mean, she must have remembered her name for you.
In my experience, people remember anything I ask them to, but in this case, I went into the wrong room.
Yeah, I bet.
Take it or leave it, Mr. Holloway.
That's the legend?
Yeah. He's been running the rackets for 50 years and no one's ever touched him.
Well, if he knows the old lady, what does that make her?
Oh, Doctor, I've got a minute.
What do you lot want now?
Oh, we were, just talking to your mate, Laurie Parsons.
Who?
The fellow that was just in here?
Oh, him. He just wandered in. Thought he was from the Salvos or the Mormons or something like that. Had a nice suit, so probably a Mormon.
Look, someone tries to kill you. You make a phone call, then you get a visit from a leading crime identity.
Is he really? Maybe I should have got his autograph.
Any luck with Daniel Hogan?
I haven't even got an address yet. I'm working on it, but it's like the guy doesn't exist. There are no bank account records, there's no driver's license, no tax file number.
Maybe he's using an alias. Have you circulated a photograph?
Yeah, and I think it's the best chance we have.
Okay.
Yep, thanks. Thanks, I'll let them know. The hospital just called. The old lady we pulled out of the harbour, the daughter turned up to take her home. We've got a formal ID and everything.
And the name?
The daughter's name is Patricia Hogan, and the mother's name is Kate. Vaucluse address.
Kate Hogan, of course she is. I mean, highly connected. She's like a Laurie Parsons, the same generation. I mean, she's a bloody legend.
I thought Kate Hogan died years ago.
Yeah, so did we.
So, you think there's a connection between Kate and Daniel?
Oh, well, 2 Hogans in one day. It made us wonder. So we got in touch with birth, deaths and marriages.
And?
And Daniel Hogan is Kate Hogan's grandson.
Right. And you think there's a link between the Firth murder and Kate Hogan being found in the harbour?
It's got to be.
You're doing yourself a little bit of genealogy there, Frank.
Oh, yeah, the best. And it all starts right here. Kate Hogan, 70 this year. Started getting herself a reputation in her teens during World War II. Prostitution, rolling clients, you know, nothing really serious. Then she marries Jack Blake. Big standover man, suspected of 8 murders. Then suddenly, Jack, he disappears. But Jack and Kate, they have one child, Patricia. Patricia, she then has 3 sons. Kevin, Daniel, then there's the 3rd son, Brendan Hogan. He's only 18 years old.
Brendan's father, Maxwell George Clark, he just done 12 for armed rob. The address he gave the probation officer was the same as the Hogans. He was out last week.
Right. Well, you think he's Danny Hogan's accomplice?
Well, the timing's right for the Firth murder. But Max, he was still in jail at the time of the stockbroker home invasions last year.
So we think Kevin or Brendan look good for the accomplice. Probably Kevin, because he's got form and he's a bit older.
Have we established whether or not Danny's at home?
The dogs are onto it. No sighting yet.
But we thought we might go around there anyway, knock on the door, inquire about the old girl's health.
Thanks. Oh, come to check on me health, have you?
Yeah, we are, actually. Yeah.
Come and sit near your grandma, Brendan. Well, the state of my health is bordering on excellent. As soon as Trish walked into the room, I remembered exactly who I was. Isn't that true, Trishy?
Yes, Mum.
That's terrific. We were actually hoping you might remember who hit you on the head and dumped you in the harbour.
You know, I liked it better when women weren't in the coppers. Seems to harden them.
Yeah, terrible thing, that.
I don't remember anything about that. Just remember being rescued. But now I'm back with me loving family, I feel fine.
And is this all your loving family?
That's right.
Yeah, that's funny, you know, because I could have sworn you had another grandson. Yeah, Daniel.
Been checking up on our history, have you?
See about?
He's gone away somewhere.
Shut up, Kevin. Coppers don't want to know all our personal business.
Oh, we do, actually, you see, because you can't remember being hit on the head, and we figured, well, maybe you're covering up for a family member, and seeing Daniel isn't here, well, you know, it could have been him.
Daniel trying to kill me? Don't be silly.
Well, where's he gone?
Daniel comes and goes as he pleases. Doesn't tell us anything. We'll see him when his money runs out.
Or before, if you're hiding him.
We're not hiding anything.
What's going on?
Ah, nothing, Max. The coppers are checking up on me.
Maxwell George Clark.
How do you know?
Oh, I got a good memory for an armed robber, Max. Tell you what, though, this is a nice place to come to after 12 years in the nick.
I'll leave it alone, Detective.
Well, I can't leave it alone, you see, because somebody tried to kill this lovely old lady here. And now I'm in her house, and I find you here with a history for armed robbery.
He said leave it alone, OK?
Shut up, Kevin.
He's just here seeing his son and his missus, all right?
I told you, shut up.
Kevin, if I've told you once, I've told you a dozen times. Brendan needs time to get to know his dad.
That's my father? This cream you've started sleeping with is my father?
Tricky to break that one gently, isn't it? Here you go, Brendan. Here's your daddy. He's been inside for 12 years, you know?
You thinking that family would be proud?
I just wanted to ask. You knew about him, didn't you? You knew he was my father.
Yeah, we did. But we don't hold grudges if that's what you're worried about.
It's not. Look,
Kid, do you know where Danny is? Because, like, we really want to talk to him.
Brendan, your grandma wants to see you. She's worried you might be upset.
Just leave me alone, okay?
Kid's had a bit of a shock, I think.
I know what you think of our family, Detective, but he's a good boy. He's never broken the law, and neither have I.
Well, that makes you the two exceptions then, eh?
Look, Brendan's teachers say he's gifted. He's starting law at university this year. He could go anywhere, do anything. So for pity's sake, just leave us alone.
Kate knows where Danny is. She knows who tried to top her, but there's no way she'll talk.
We think Brendan, the young one, he might have wanted to say something, but he was interrupted.
Who do you think tried to kill her?
Has to be a family job. I mean, let's face it, one of the best ways to get necked is by your nearest and dearest. And Kate, she runs that ship like she was Captain Bligh. I mean, I reckon one of them got sick of it.
Brave woman. Going home to a place where someone wants to kill her.
Well, Danny's not there anymore, which makes us think it's probably him.
Yeah. It also makes sense, the Laurie Parsons connection. I mean, look at the facts. 1 minute she's faking amnesia, then Laurie turns up for a visit and she's cool to go home.
So she called him in to deal with Danny?
Well, it's as good a theory as any.
What about Danny's accomplice in the Firth murder?
Kevin Hogan's looking good. He gave us the impression he was pretty close to Danny.
Right. So you've got nothing definite?
No, nothing's definite.
Look, we've put together an affidavit for a listening device to be put in, so as soon as the judge gives us a go-ahead, we'll...
I mean, the Hogans, they might not talk to us, but, hey, they got to talk to each other.
OK.
Day, man, I feel like a beard.
You always say that every day.
Well, that's because every day is hell. Hello?
No, this is, we've had quite a lot. Time to head home. I'll see you at the fun house.
Yeah.
See you, Satch.
Go, Sarge. Looks like she's in it like Flynn.
You're crass.
What? I'm just happy that she's getting it.
Kevin!
What did I say? What?
Gavin, just get the shout and shut up. Thank you.
You're careful. Learn to be. Single woman in the big city, you've got to be. And if you're not, you should be.
You were attacked here, weren't you?
I don't remember telling you that.
It made the papers. Me, I think I would have sold everything and left.
Well, I couldn't do that, not financially, not personally. Would have meant the crooks had won, you see, and you can't have that. Look, do you want a drink?
Yeah, sure.
Got scotch?
Fine. So, do you believe all that stuff? Good guys, bad guys?
Yeah, I do, actually. Helps to keep things simple.
I take it you don't like things complicated.
No, I guess I don't.
So would you consider it complicated if we took these into the bedroom?
No, I think I could handle that.
Surprise, surprise. Young Brendan.
Thanks, Cosmo.
Have a seat, why don't you?
Thanks.
Tell me, what can we do for you?
I want to know about my family, and I figured you two would know. I mean, you knew about my father. You probably know everything.
Well, it's not really up to us to tell you about your family, Brendan.
I mean, everyone else seems to know, and to accommodate with someone who is against me. You know, when I become a lawyer. And you two seem, I don't know, sympathetic.
Tell you what, there's some old books written by the police rounds reporters. Go to the library, look them up, it's all in there.
I will. Good. Thanks.
Oh, Brendan, look, just one thing. Sit down again, mate. There you go. It's about Danny. You never told us if you knew where he is.
You know something, don't you, Brendan?
Grandma, she had a big fight with him.
What about?
She said he was stuffing things up and had to go.
Hey, when was this?
It's 2 nights ago. I was in bed. It was really late. Now, I could hear them yelling.
Do you know where Danny went?
It's like Grandma says. He's just gone away.
He wants to tell us, he really does. But he's afraid of his grandma.
Why would he sell out his own family?
Oh, they're an embarrassment.
See, a kid spent his whole life going to toffee schools. Now he's off to study law. Family's got all the money, but the wrong connections.
He did let something slip, though. He said that Kate and Danny had a huge fight the night before last, and Kev was involved as well.
2 nights ago. That was the night after the first murder.
Yeah, that's right. Kate said something like, oh, you've stuffed up and you have to leave.
We think she might be referring to killing Mr. Firth and dumping the gun.
Walker. Yeah. Okay, sir. I'll talk. That was the dogs. The Hogan house is clear. The technical blokes are standing by to install the listening device. Hey, Willow, what's the latest?
Well, the young boy is still at the library, and the old lady's still on the street.
Time to send the techs in.
Well, it could be a long time before the house is empty again.
How long's this going to take, you reckon?
I know, shouldn't be long. 20 minutes.
You Holloway?
Frank, it's Willow.
The old lady's just left the post office and she's not going to the Peacock Gardens. She's just got into a taxi.
Okay, you keep with it.
Let's go towards Old South Head Road. Still on the main drag?
No, just turning into Gravel Street. Where do you think she's going?
By the looks of it, she's heading home.
Tex, how much longer do you need?
15.
Look, it looks like the old lady's heading home. She could be there in 5.
She better not be. All right, Willow, where are you now?
Just coming off Gravel.
We're not far away, OK? We need to stall, Willow. I mean, you know, just
pass them, get in front of them, do anything, OK?
We'll do our best.
Nice one, boys.
Any messages? No messages. But these arrive for you.
Gillian? Yes. Here they are.
So, things are going quite well.
Go on, Helen. Get changed. The listening device has been installed.
Okay, pop those in water for me, will you?
Kevin? Do you know where Danny is?
No, Mum. Your grandma says you two have been playing up again. Did you shove her in the harbour because she sent
Danny away?
She shouldn't have done it. We just wanted to do something on our own. She treats us like little kids.
Because you behave like it. Do you really want to have to go away like your stupid brother, Danny? Well?
I don't want to go away.
Well, shut your mouth and listen. And you stop going on about Danny. It's best he stays away for a while. He's caused us enough trouble as it is. Because of Danny's foolishness, we're a man short.
I know a few blokes. They're pretty handy.
I don't care if they're Batman and Robin. They're not family.
You're not having Brendan.
Don't want him. He's not up to it.
I don't want Max doing it either. He's only just out after 12 years.
Then it's time he did some honest work for a change. What'd you say, Max?
Please, Max, no.
I don't want any layabouts in this house. You can either work for your keep or pack your bags and go.
With Danny away, Kev needs someone steady, someone with a bit of experience. Tell me about the job.
It'll be jewels, same as last time. If you had to buy them in a shop, they're worth about $3 million. And we've got a buyer who'll give us $1 million on the spot.
We can't do better than that.
Better, but not safer. So if you don't fancy going back inside, Max, let's do this my way.
And your way is?
I'll tell you when I'm good and ready. It'll be soon, never fear.
Well, what a great week, eh? Daniel Hogan's still missing. Overtime bill through the roof. And the old Billy's still playing mind games with them all.
Not to mention us.
Yeah, we've been checking targets for the possible robbery, but you see, Jeff, the thing with jewellery is, $3 million. It's not a lot of money these days.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mention that to my wife.
It could be something as small as a necklace and a matching set of earrings.
Yeah, a rich guy's present to his wife or his girlfriend.
Nice little earner for a thief. Could put bread on the Hogan's table for many years to come, but nothing anyone on the jewel trade could point to and say, it's got to be this one or that one.
Ta. Hawker.
Yeah, Jeff, it's on. Hang on.
This is the place, see? The jewels will be ready and waiting, like taking candy from a baby.
She's briefing them now.
Right. All we know is that the robbery will be carried out tonight at 7 p.m. by Kevin Hogan and Max Clark. Unfortunately, we don't know the location. But if it's anything like the stockbroker home invasion, then the chances are it's going to be a waterfront property. Now, the dogs are watching the Hogan residence here. Sergeant Blakemore is at the listening post. But further surveillance will be required, especially on the water. They may use a boat, as they did in the first murder. Detectives Holloway and Goldstein will accompany the dogs. They'll be watching the front of the residence in case they depart by car.
Need a hand with the crossword?
VKG, Sydney Water Police. This is Water Police 200. Now in position.
VKG Sydney Water Police, this is Portable 1. We're in position.
VKG Sydney Water Police, this is Portable 2 standing by.
VKG Sydney Water Police, this is Police Launch Harpy. We're in position and standing by.
Do you want a section to read?
No, I just want something to happen.
Yeah, look. See what's on telly tonight.
Holloway. Uh-huh. Yeah, we're watching. Thanks, Willow. Max Clark and Patricia Hogan have just left the house, heading our way.
Max and Patricia?
That's what he said.
What about Kevin?
Still in the house.
What, you reckon Patricia's doing the job?
Ah, still early. I mean, for all we know, they could be going off to buy some milk. Let's follow anyway.
Max Clark and Patricia Hogan, repeat, Patricia Hogan, have just left the property. We'll continue surveillance on Kevin Hogan.
Yeah, copy that, Willows.
What the hell's going on?
tells me they're not buying milk.
Water Police 200. Suspects are heading north towards the harbour.
Copy that. Maybe we should send one of the runabouts to the north side, in case they're doing the job on their own.
Righto. Get hold of Sykes and Johnson.
BKG Sydney Water Police to Portable 1.
Start moving north from your current position and await further instructions.
Copy that.
Water Police 200. Looks like they're heading towards Middle Harbour Marina.
BKG Sydney Water Police to Portable 1. Did you receive that?
Copy that. We're on our way now.
Maybe they're taking a boat from here.
I think we should go. What's going on? It's here. The strike's here.
Water Police 200. Suspects ready to strike at Middle Harbour Marina. We're closing in.
Drop the gun!
It's the
Drop
police!
the gun!
Drop the gun! There, get it! It's the police! Drop the gun! Put the gun down!
Drop!
Put the gun down! Put it down!
Put the gun!
Get down there!
Come on!
Put down the gun!
Get down on the floor!
Get down on the floor! Get rid of the bag! Get rid of the bag! Turn over.
Got him?
Yeah. Got the
Calm.
cuffs.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, check the
Go
boat
check
out.
the yacht.
You guys take over. Let's go.
You right? You okay? You're not hurt at all? You sure? It's the police. It's all right. It's all right.
Tricia Hogan.
You want to come with us? Okay, you want to get out of here? Let's go.
There you go.
Go. That's it. I'll get you a jacket or something, okay?
Me and Matthew, we were going to a premiere at the Opera House. It was something his company sponsored. And he was taking me in the yacht. And we were about to get dressed. And those people came aboard, and it was like Matthew was expecting them because he goes, "You're early." And they go, "Give us the jewels, give us the jewels." Because Matthew had got them out of the safe deposit for me to wear. Because he goes, "Jewels for a jewel."
What happened then?
Well, then he goes, "You're not them." Well, I didn't understand that. And then Matthew wrestled with one of them, the man, and then the gun went off and hit that woman. And then the man, he just went crazy and he shot Matthew 3 times.
The old guy said you're early and you're not them.
Yeah, that's what she told me, so I'd say the deceased expected the robbery to happen.
He was expecting Kevin and Danny at 7, not Trish and Max at 6.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, if the whole robbery's a setup, well, why the change of plans?
Maybe Max has got some answers.
Set up.
Yeah, we believe Matthew Russell was expecting the robbery.
What's the story? You get the jewels, he gets the insurance money?
No, that's not it. Can't be.
Well, what's the problem here? Didn't Kate tell you the full story?
I mean, the old girl, she likes to play games, doesn't she, Max?
Bitch. That stupid old bitch.
Why'd you go early, Max? And why did you take Patricia instead of Kevin?
Because Kevin's a bloody idiot. I didn't want him there. That's why we went an hour earlier. I wanted him left behind.
And you made Patricia go?
No. She wouldn't let me go on my own. It was a two-man job, she said. She said it'd be safer if she was there.
Sorry to interrupt. Can I speak to one of you for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Helen just called from the listening post. Kate and Kev have been arguing. They don't know where Max and Trish are.
Right, well, I think it's time we told them. Thanks.
Come to check on my health again, have we?
No, I'm afraid not, Mrs. Hogan. We've got some bad news.
Max Clark and your daughter Patricia attempted an armed robbery on a yacht this evening. Max Clark is now in custody.
And where's Trish?
During the incident, the victim fought with Max Clark. The gun discharged. I'm afraid your daughter was killed.
Mum. You killed my mum. You killed her.
No, Brent, she got herself killed.
No, she's dead. And you killed her. No! No!
It should have been me and Danny.
You shut up!
I'm sick of everything. He and Danny killed the man on the yacht.
Brendan!
And that is why she killed Danny. She hated him for pulling that job without telling her, didn't you?
Please, Kev.
Yes, I saw it.
Please, I should have made sure you were dead before I chucked you in the harbour.
You're a bastard, Kev. You know who your father was?
Why don't you shut your mouth?
Your father was my husband. He came home drunk one night and raped his own daughter.
You're lying.
It's true, it's all true. You should never have happened.
Kevin!
Brennan, maybe we should go outside and have a talk, eh?
Come on, Kevin, open up.
Leave me alone. You heard her. I'm nothing. Bloody nothing.
There's a jeweller named Scott Austin. He's got clients, mostly businessmen, and sometimes their businesses get into strife. So this jeweller, he contacts us.
Right, to steal their jewels.
We do the job, hand the stuff back to the jeweller. He gets rid of it overseas. The client collects insurance, and everyone gets their cut.
Was that the plan with Matthew Russell?
Yeah,
And the home invasion on the stockbroker last year.
same deal.
Right, what about Brendan's allegation that you killed your grandson, Daniel Hogan? Is that true?
Yes. I buried him in the backyard. You'll find him planted in the garden bed next to my husband, Jack.
You killed Jack Blake as well.
Yes, because of what he did to Trishy.
So what's your plan, Brendan? Will you stay here?
Well, that's where I've always lived. Grandma won't sell the house, I know she won't. It's mine now.
You'll stay by yourself.
I have to, I'm all that's left.
Well, is there someone who can stay with you, just for a few weeks?
No, I'd rather be on my own. Now, Mum's there?
Yeah.
As a kid?
Oh, he's coping, Taylor's looking after him.
Well, you like that.
Well, he hasn't got much to smile about, has he, poor kid? Whole family wiped out like that.
That's what he wanted.
I'm not his mum, come on.
I don't believe it. Yeah, it's the crime scene, Mr. Parsons.
Is it, Mr. Holloway? Being a layman, I wouldn't know about such things. Who's that?
Jack Blake, we think.
Knew him well. Big man in his day. Seems to have lost a bit of weight lately.
What are you doing here, Mr. Parsons?
Friend of the family. Mrs. Hogan called.
So you do know her?
Yes, we met the other day. And as it seems that young Brendan's going to be on his own now, she asked me to drop over and look after him as his godfather, you might say.
You're going to help him study the law?
I always use a good lawyer, Mr. Holloway, even a good judge sometimes. Excuse me.
So Kate's still calling the shots even from jail?
Yeah, just looking after the family business.
She's about to trade in its blue collar and knuckle dusters for a suit and tie and a law degree.
Same horse, different colour.